Libras, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for May 2nd through the 8th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, so Libra, this week we have a new moon in your 7th house of relationships and one-to-one connections, which has already been a big emphasis for you guys with the sun and your ruler Venus here, and even with Mercury here. So with Mercury went retrograde last week in the 7th house. So you guys are probably thinking about relationships, rethinking relationships, redoing things maybe relating to legal matters or partnerships or business dealings or with clients for some of you. But all in all, it's a good time for all of you to be reflecting on your one-to-one connections. And there is going to be some new beginnings with this on Friday, which is that new moon. And it's a lot of new beginnings with you, because it is going to be conjoining up to this Venus in your 7th house. So this has been the fact that it has been this overall theme lately for you to establish new relationships, existing ones, to cultivate existing ones. And with all of this, there's now a newness with who you are and this newness about how you relate with others, how you have that mutual understanding, mutual respect, all that stuff that comes very natural to you because this is your house in astrology. So the new moon is a lowering energy time, so it's a good time around Friday to just kind of reflect, go within, especially with that retrograde Mercury conjoining up to it. There is insights coming in, but it's all about experimentation, trying new things. And this is even too in terms of new independence in your relationships, which is all that Aries energy. So trying new things, learning about it, experimenting is the name of the game. And then as we go into next week, there's more of that forward-moving energy where I think a lot of that stuff will start to cultivate. Now, this new moon does form a very nice aspect in the sky, a kite, in fact, sextiling up to Neptune, trining up to Pluto and Jupiter. And this grand trine, which is a part of the kite, is involving these air houses. Okay, so on one hand, a lot of things that have been changing over many years with Pluto in your 3rd is directly supporting this. So a lot of things that have been changing with your communication, a lot of things that have been changing with your perspective, your outlook on life. Now, great support for that this week, where I think your outlook, your communications, the way you exchange with others, maybe on the social side of things, directly supporting these new beginnings. Now, also in terms of Jupiter, this expansion that's recently been occurring for about the past 9 months, although it's been reflective, involving your network circles, involving groups or friends, these kinds of things, which is a great area for you to be focused on for the next 2 years, with the North Node shifting into this 11th house of yours. It's also the house of aspirations, so you could be feeling quite aspired. Now, a lot of that, again, is internalized. Jupiter is going to go direct, though, on Monday of next week. So as we approach this weekend, there is this bit of a pause, and I think there's this understanding that things are now starting to shift with your aspirations, with your hopes, with your wishes, with network circles. And that, again, is very directly supporting this new moon. Now, the actual support, I think, will be not only during the new moon, but on Monday and Tuesday when the sun trines up to Jupiter. So a couple days there of a bit of that inspiration or optimism for some of us, maybe for you, involving, again, what's possible with your aspirations, what's possible with your friends or groups or your community or organizations if you're a part of any. Very good, because the sun does rule that 11th house anyways, and Jupiter's trining up to it. Now, in terms of the sextile with Neptune, which is this part of the kite, there is opportunity here where I think you guys have been, again, over many years, seeing the importance of letting go when it comes to your self-expression, when it comes to your interests, your passions in life. And it's through that letting go, that non-attachment, that surrender to what you're expressing or what you're creating or what you want to enjoy, is creating that peace, is creating that tranquility. And I think there's definitely an opportunity for that this week, to see that tranquility coming through as you surrender and let go of any preconceived or mental concepts about what you enjoy, about romance, about creativity, about playfulness, about lightheartedness, which can certainly come in, but it's in that non-attached way. It's in that accepting way, which can lead to great compassion in your relationships this week, great sensitivity, great understanding, etc. So that's the aspects, because all the aspects are associated with this. As we go into the weekend, that's when we have that trine up to Pluto going exact with the sun. So it's a great weekend for diving deep within self, again, to re-examine and see where there can be changes with relationships, where you can change old habit patterns with those to create the foundation for these new beginnings. It can be very deep, very intimate in your one-to-one connections with that non-attachment too. Pluto is about the egoic type of non-attachment, where we're not concerned with any specific things going our way or that we're wanting to control or make happen. And that's the Pluto energy stripping all that away this week so that it's pure or purer, where you're connecting in that mutual way with independent energy, where it's two independent people, obviously, which is that Aries, which is so important for you, and it's what you're attracted to, but coming together in mutual harmony, mutual respect, mutual understanding. This is, again, all types of relationships, but it could be something new depending on your personal chart. For some of you, new relationship possibly, a new take on an existing relationship. But again, what's really supporting this is letting the old go, allowing the old to go to make way for the new here. And I think that's going to be big over the weekend. Now, also over the weekend, Mercury does trine up to the North Node exact, so there could be more of this insight about what you are learning about relationships. You're also probably too reflecting on your life path and your worldview, and maybe things relating to travel or adventure, since Mercury rules your 9th house. You could also be reflecting too this week and for these next few weeks in regards to how you can get some more alone time or peace or presence. Again, have some of that compassion, presence, and acceptance in the relationship sphere. Right, so that's all being rehashed, relearned, but I think it's an excellent weekend to reconsider that stuff, rethink, treat all this relationship stuff as an experiment. There's a new you arising from this, and perhaps some new beginnings in the external environment as well. But that's going to be going into next week in terms of this energy starting to move forward. All right, so Libra, have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.